Causing an back, everybody, to another hype playoff series. We are headed over to the rival league where we got Pineapples going off against the Panthers, and I'm joined here with the director. Everybody knows him. We know that smile. We know those teeth. It's Rocker, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Bagels. We've had some crazy matches so far. The first two going pretty close to the distance. The last one, a surprise sweep out there from a dominating Venom team, and now we go to the rival league where who knows what'll happen here. This is the one league, Bagels, where I was like, I have no idea what's gonna happen because this playoff run for rival league has been something else.
Yeah, honestly, the bracket all over the place has been wild for the rival league. But I mean, quickly, just to reference those other three leagues, I mean, yeah, the two upsets almost happened, the six seeds, but we finally got that big upset. But it really wasn't an upset because Venom was just crazy. It
Mhm.
might have well been a game goal per game record. The number 8 seed taking it in Challenger, but we're here in rival now where we got Pineapples versus the Panthers, and Pineapples coming off of that reverse sweep in their last matchup against Mafiosos. I casted that. That was absolutely wild,
Yeah.
and almost headed to overtime with the 0 second chance, but just missed it. But on the other side, Rockman, the Panthers maybe have had a little bit of an easier road, but they went to Game 7 too, so it's hard to say who's got the edge here.
Like I said, this playoff for the rival league has been one of the craziest playoffs for any league ever, I think, because you get the Pineapples reverse sweep, you get the Panthers taking down two great teams going to game seven. I mean, reverse sweeps in the play-in tournament as well. Like, the rival league playoffs have had it all, and these two teams going at it. I mean, it's gonna be good because the Panthers they made some runs here at the end of the season. The Pineapples always looked like they were gonna be the one seed from the beginning. They end up clutching it out somehow with Lancer subbing in. It's for Squirrel pulling off the reverse sweep. No diss on Lancer because he's a great player. He helped them tremendously. But to pull the sub and then to pull off the reverse sweep, that was crazy to get to this point. And the Panthers survived Game Seven. And like I said, I don't know where this one's gonna go. But if you got a prediction from me, we talked about it earlier. I'm going with the Panthers in seven in this one. I think that it's going to be a very close series, all things considered. But I got to go for the upset one more time here. We need some upset content. I'm hoping for it, but we'll still see what happens.
Yeah, it's been a season of upsets, and we missed out on that prime time, Rocker man. We missed out on prime time in that last series. It was a
Mm.
quick sweep. It was an exciting sweep, but the first two games or first two series of the playoffs going to Game 6, and it was just wild. But here we got the Panthers starting it off hot. Here's Sand, but cannot hit the shot. Sends that one off way and wide as now Pineapple's trying to break out, but living like Carrie, basically Larry, trying to send this one through. But starting it off here, Panthers look to have the Pineapples under a bit of pressure here.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of roster comes out from the Panthers because I think we witnessed it. We casted a couple of their games. They are probably one of the most topsy turvy teams. It's a shot from Sand off the post, and he comes through and fouls it home, and they start out strong. And they're looking like the good Panthers team that we're used to seeing here with Sand coming in clutch.
Yeah, and as great of a save as that was from Valence, just not quite enough to keep that one out of danger. But I mean, I know we casted the Panthers one, Rockerman, but you were surely watching the
Mm-hmm.
Pineapples reverse sweep, and we saw however many times this overcommitting from the Pineapples, and still as a series of whiffs coming out, almost another dangerous one there. That seems to be the main problem here for the Pineapples is just overcommitting, and we saw it right there.
When they're gonna put one home this time, Doodle. Not worried about the overcommits, but yeah, you're exactly right. This time it doesn't matter as they just throw that one off the post. Doodle coming in right through the top, and they put it in. And when they're not making those overcommits, the Pineapples are throwing these balls in the back of the net, and their offense is something to behold. And that's the other side of things. I talked about the Panthers being topsy turvy. What kind of Panthers team is going to come out? Are they going to be consistent or not? That's also something to watch. What kind of Pineapples team is going to come out? Are they going to be peak offense, or are they going to be overcommitting as they're firing shots already?
Yeah, I think either way it's one and the same as you can't have one without the other if you're the
Mm.
Pineapples. They have such a absolute god tier offense in that series against the Mafiosos. They put up double digit shot totals every game as Squirrel gonna get a quick read off the corner as nobody from Panthers was home right there.
Yeah, no one able to get to that one. Sand just a little bit awkward, maybe faked out by Valence, and the rotation just a little bit slow from Drago there, who we haven't talked about quite yet. Needed to be closer to the middle of the net because Squirrel, he was looking at that shot all day long, and you give him that opportunity, and he's gonna find the back of the net.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised Squirrel is here as he's a little bit under the weather, very sick at the moment. And as long as he has confidence, though, I have confidence in him because seemingly subbed himself out of the last series. And if the Pineapples with a well-performing Squirrel is on the field, I would be even more worried about this Pineapples offense, as that is their forte. They just love to just harass the other team. But
Oh.
Sand on the other side, a little bit of a calculated pre-flip double. I'm not sure what this was here.
Yeah, and Sand is always the man to watch out for the
Oh,
Panthers as he just reads that one off the backboard. Hey, you know what? It goes in the back of the net. But I mean, that's the kind of offense that Sand can provide every time. He is just an offensive mastermind, and he's been the main reason why the Panthers have gotten to this point. And I think it all relies on him. If Sand is playing great, the Panthers are playing great. If Sand's playing bad, they're probably gonna be playing bad as well.
yeah, and Sand absolutely the heart and soul of that Panthers team. The Southern drawl bringing the team together. But on the other side, Pineapples, this has just been a very back and forth offensive game. And I was a little bit worried about the Panthers, Rocker Man. After that last series, I was kind of doubting their offensive abilities. We saw a lot of infield passes, but it just seemed like they couldn't get the offense going. But game one here, this has been surprisingly between these two teams a low shooting game, but definitely a competitive one.
Yeah, both teams, 4 shots, 2 goals. Both of them, finding their opportunities, and you know, when they have them here, they haven't had many, but yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's a little bit of a surprise to see a low shooting affair, but we'll have to see how it goes on. As an opportunity, the Pineapples can't put it in there as they're trying to set something up, but Larry able to get back in time, and the offense just trying to get something through here.
And Doodle, unfortunately, it was a tough shot, but he needed to hit that one to take the lead. Opposite side now, Panthers. Drago over to Larry, but just off the mark. Sand looking for the follow-up, getting harassed in net. Were Pineapple's defenders, but a big fake from Valence to get past one with the flick. Not quite enough juice to send it over the top of the final two defenders. Sand trying to push out, but getting hard 50'd. A good read from Larry to keep that one out of danger for now, but still, the Pineapples hounding these Panthers on defense and starting to panic as they're smacking it off the sidewall, but it seemingly works to get under pressure here. But Drago
Oh.
banging that one high off the crossbar. Another opportunity similar to Doodle on the opposite side that went awry, but here is Doodle over to the middle, but Squirrel not in the correct spot, but Valence quickly over. Sand went going for the boost in the corner, dishing it back out to the middle, but Valence finally opting to leave it for Squirrel, baiting out the double commit, but as we enter the final minute here, as Sand, hold on, we ain't talking about the final minute. Sand again with a hat trick.
He is just so clutch for this team. This ball very awkward, and he just bangs it right by the defender. A great shot, and he's got a hat trick in this game, carrying the Panthers in game one, trying to urge them to find this first game of the series.
Absolutely a carry indeed, and not the one that's sitting at 0 goals on his own team. As living like,
Oh,
okay, what the heck? I had the scoreboard up because I was about to do some analysis, but hold on, a little bit of a pinch off the kickoff.
yeah, Doodle just comes flying in from
Whoa!
from a pass off a squirrel bar down ski, puts it home. A great shot to tie it right back up, and that is a beautiful answer.
And just when you think you're out of the way of the Pineapples offense, they pull you back in with the crazy team play. But coming right off the kickoff, here come the Panthers again. Sand with another shot, his 6th of the game, not able to send that one through as Doodle going off to the side, looking to find a teammate, but the rotation a little bit of miss for the Pineapples. But either way, a big clear coming out. Drago shutting it down, looking to follow his own touch, and he does. One more to beat, and Doodle pass to the middle, but shut down. As the final seconds rolling in here, will Pineapples find one more goal to take the lead in the final seconds, or will we have overtime game one, as we have so many times? Rolling up the sideball, final opportunity going to go to the Panthers' way. 0 boost, good pre-flip, high off the backboard, but Squirrel with a great read. Valence actually lurking over there, looking to get one more pop back to the middle, but we got overtime game one, as we have so many times in the rival league, Rocker Man.
Yeah, these series always seem to start out so close and always just somehow find a game one overtime. And this series no different for the grand finals. And we'll see who's going to come out big in this first game, a very crucial one to win and assert yourself in this best of seven.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I'm so glad this has been competitive. I was honestly expecting Pineapples to just come out and stomp the Panthers after their little bit of a lackluster performance going all the way to game 7 against the Kings. And here's Sand again, just off the mark. Larry looking for the follow-up. Maybe tried to follow his own double. Still can, but not able to put it on target, as the backflip not proving to be effective right there. May have been a misinput, but either way, the Panthers still putting this Pineapples defense under duress. Sand off the sidewall. Here's Larry quick and fast, and he's going to put it top shelf.
A nice play here. The Panthers just have pressure and just a miss on the backboard there from Doodle sets this up for Sand to throw it right to Larry, who puts it in upper 90. A great play from them. The Panthers, just a gritty performance. Every goal that they scored, they had to work for it. So props to the Pineapples to make them work for it. But I mean, they just kind of put on a clinic of their own, showing Pineapples that they've got some offense too.
Yeah, and something we were talking about the low shooting totals there in the first half of the game, but all of a sudden both teams really ramped it up. And I know we had a little bit of overtime to get a few extra shots in, but Panthers ending at 10 and actually Pineapples at 10. So 10 to 10 apiece, even proving why. I mean, I thought it was going to be a stomping from Pineapples, but a lot of the people on the desk thought, and you included, you have Panthers in this one, and they
Mhm.
come out here in game 1 and showing that they can play a bit of offense as well.
Yeah, I do have the Panthers in this series. I think it's going to be a close one going down the wire, but I think there was just something from that Panthers performance. I did not like it in their last series when they got pushed to the brink by the Kings. It was a struggle for them to get any offense going. And like I said, what we've seen so far, this is the Panthers team that we know and that we've seen throughout the playoffs and throughout the regular season. They are a really good team, and when they get going, when Sand gets going, he can put this team on his back. And the Pineapples are gonna have to regroup here because they really didn't have as much offense as we're necessarily used to seeing. But as we head into game two, it's a fresh new start for them here.
Yeah,
As
as
oh
oh,
my
look at the
goodness,
kickoff. Woohoo! Larry showing that Sand is not the only factor on offense here for the Panthers.
oh my goodness, the ceiling shot, he throws it in upper 90. What a shot from Living Like Carey is his name. His name states there. I mean, he had a huge performance in one of their earlier playoff matches, dubbed Living Like Carey because of his performance in that match. And, hey, when you can hit shots like that, I'm all for it right there.
And he was looking for another double there, but just as hopefully the Pineapples get off of defense here. But just one more wrap up on that game 1. But yeah, Sand, he had 100% goal participation, 3 goals and 1 assist. As here's Larry again off the backboard, net open, but be quite ready on the Panthers to get that up. But then also on the other side, the Pineapples offense not as deadly, but we got to give them a little bit of credit. They hit their tally, they hit their double digit shot total at 10. So the offense still there, but got to get a little bit something more going if they're going to get across this Panthers defense, as normally the Panthers have been scoring in their past few series with infield passes, but they just broke down the whole defense. But this one too quick to get by, as he might have had a chance, but either way, that was a speedy ball.
Yeah, Valence, he always seems to find these sneaky, speedy shots that you aren't expecting. He'll dive on a ball when you're not expecting. He'll be waiting in the midfield just like that for a pass out, a pinch from Squirrel, and he just bangs those. You got to watch out for Valence at any opportunity. He'll score from anywhere on the map.
Yeah, Valence definitely the heart and soul of the Pineapples team, and we saw him the last time Valence was in Grand Finals was season 2, and he pulled off even crazy mechanical plays all the way back then. As here he is on defense, dribbling across his own net. Not quite sure if he ended up securing the boost for his team right there, but Sand faking this one out, leaving it for Drago high off the backboard. Doodle not able to find the read, and Sand there. But again, high off the backboard. But Larry is pre-jump, putting it on, and nobody, 3 people, 3 Pineapples in the net, and just too awkward.
Sand certainly called that pass to Larry, I think, there because he didn't really have a perfect shot on net. But, when you can set up a pass like that, throw it off the backboard, Larry, he can shoot him home like the best of them as he puts in another one in this game. And Panthers, once again, their offense, it's looking leagues better as Valence is looking for the answer, but a huge save on the goal line right there.
And I think it actually was just a little bit off its mark. It actually ended up bouncing out on its way. But either way, their opportunity that Pineapples are going to be kicking themselves for, as Panthers offense is continuing to roll here and continuing to make the Pineapples awkward. But an infield pass, Doodle getting 50'd out, looking to toss it off the corner. Here's Squirrel putting it on, forcing a double commit, keeping this one dangerous as Valence charging in now. High 50 off the ceiling, Doodle there, off the corner. Larry back to the middle. Squirrel opting to be a little bit patient. Perhaps the correct play is not wanting to overcommit so many times like the Pineapples have. He's looking to get it past all three players on the Panthers, and he will. As Valence looking for the follow-up, he's going to put it on, but it's shot right at Larry. All he had to do was jump. Still dangerous for the Panthers. Squirrel trying to sneak his way in through the net. As now Valence, lucky that pinch wasn't a little bit faster, but still able to get this one away. As here's Valence again, high ball off the ceiling, tough read for Drago. Doodle's up, and Valence is there looking to find his own touch. And again, oh, hold on, all three Pineapples have committed. One more 50, high off the ceiling. Larry looking for the read off the backboard. He actually almost found it in back-to-back high-flying efforts from both these two teams.
Oh my goodness, these two teams are putting it to the brink. There is two almost sure goals from both squads. Just can't go in, and Panthers happy to hold on to this lead, but it's dangerous. As great read from Larry on the backboard. And the Pineapples, they've had quite a couple opportunities. Valence surely should have hit that one in the net there, but just a little bit off, and sometimes that's all it takes, just a little bit off, and one little mistake can cost you a goal.
Yeah, and Valence needs to break through if this Pineapples team is going to have success. But Drago, a man we haven't been talking about that much, is going to get his team the insurance goal they need.
And Drago hasn't really done too much, but this is a huge goal for their team as he throws it in past the Pineapples defender, giving them now a 2-goal lead in this game too, as they're trying to take a 2-0 series lead over the Pineapples, and they really are looking good right now.
Yeah, and after a series of back and forth offensive drives for these teams, Panthers break the silence, and Drago pounding that one through as Pineapples looking to get a counterattack of their own. Good 50 from Doodle to keep it in, but Drago cutting off early. Still awkward, but Sand racing up his own backboard, looking to follow his own touch, but Valence hard 50ing him out. It's now Drago on the dribble, 0 boost, but still somehow muscling his way through, looking for the pass out, maybe even a shot on, but Sand there for the goal secure, and the Panthers are in control of this series right now.
They are playing so well right now as Drago sets it up for Sand, who's ready and shooting on that one. And the Pineapples, this is reminding me of the Mafiosos series. This is why I picked the Panthers to win this series. There is something wrong with the Pineapples and their offense. I don't know what it is with these three guys. Maybe they need to bring in Lancer for Squirrel or something, but I don't know. There's something wrong with the Pineapples offense that we haven't seen, but nothing wrong there as Doodle puts one home, and they keep it close here, but still 50 seconds left.
Yeah, and normally what I have been harping on for the Pineapples has been the overcommitting, but really they haven't overcommitted maybe just 2 or 3 times so far in the series. It hasn't really been an issue for them, but certainly the rotation's still proving to be a miss. But I mean, the offense, it's just such crazy high output, but there's just still something, the coordination between these three players on Pineapples, that is just, like you said, something's not right. But again, the offenses could not be more equal as Pineapples and Panthers are tied in the shots, as Larry almost getting one off the corner, but the offenses are equal. It's just Panthers are converting on their opportunities.
Yeah, that's all the difference that it takes. Wait
Oh
a minute
my.
here. Doodle finds a crazy 50, and all of a sudden the Pineapples making some noise here at the end here. After this, somehow 50's through to the net, and hey, 24 seconds, one goal. That's an eternity here for a couple of quick offensive opportunities.
Yeah, Doodle absolutely just ball chasing his way through to secure that opportunity. They're going to need a good kickoff, but this one is going to go towards the Panthers side. Larry wasting a lot of opportunity. In fact, looking for the solo play. Found his way past 2, but Pineapples one more chance to try and clear this one all the way through. But Squirrel having to use a lot of boost and a lot of time to work his way out of defense here in the final seconds. Off the sidewall, Doodle pushing up too quickly, although he just needs to find his way past one more player. Still lofting off the corner, but not quite sure who that was on the Panthers, but they will put that one into the ground. And now your Panthers, Rocker Man, are up 2-0 in the series despite the Pineapples offense shot totals.
Yeah, the Pineapples are putting shots on, but the Panthers are to their equal. They're putting the shots into the back of the net, making great plays there. And the Pineapples, they almost had an opportunity at the end there too, on the last drive with about 10 seconds left. Drago committed as the third, and the Pineapples had a 3-on-1 opportunity. They just needed to get it by him, but they couldn't. And now at this point, they're down 0-2, and this may be familiar territory, but this is not the type of familiar territory you want to have in a grand final spot. As you're down you're down 0-2 in the series yet again. You do not want to have to try to pull back-to-back reverse sweeps to win a championship. It's just not something you want to have to worry about.
Yeah, and not maybe familiar territory, but certainly not comfortable territory.
Mhm.
As I think the Pineapples, the last time I saw them, I think the three main problems were the rotation and the overcommitting. Those are kind of two in the same. But again, the shot accuracy proving to be a main issue for them, as I think the Panthers they only had to come up with 4 saves and Pineapples had 11 shots. So that means 7, or maybe not. I'm doing the math a little bit incorrectly, as they scored a few goals here and there, but definitely a lot of shots that certainly missed their mark. At least 4 or 5 that went by the wayside, and they got to clean it up here.
Yeah, they've got to find something here. The Pineapples not opting to use their tactical timeout, which a lot of teams have when they've gone down 0-2 in a series. But these Pineapples, they know they have the offensive capabilities. For their sake, they just got to lock it back in and stay focused. Because I think honestly, the Panthers are playing some of their best Rocket League that we've seen them play, and this is what I expected from them here. The Pineapples can't get too discouraged though. Just got to keep shooting, and the shots will fall like that one right there. Squirrel to Valence to the back of the net.
Yeah, a little bit of a weak shot, but either way, a stellar infield pass from Squirrel over to Valence, and perfectly placed as Larry. A little bit out of position there, but that's one thing the Panthers have been thriving on, is those infield passes. And finally, Pineapples deciding to resort to the same tactic, as a lot of their shots are kind of just trying to break down the defense through solo shots.
Yeah, and that's the one thing about the Pineapples. They can get these team plays on occasion, but it's really just a lot of just pressure, just straight pressure. And sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't as a shot rings off. And that time they find one in the back of the net. We'll see if they can carry it along. As a huge demo comes out, and Drago there just couldn't put that one on net. He had an open net to shoot at after the demo, and that one a tough mistake here.
As a good fake coming out from Doodle in the corner, almost able to completely fake out the defense there. But yeah, Drago, he had a lot of time with to work, and hold on, a banger
Oh.
from the corner from Valence, but an even greater save from Drago. He may have missed out on that offensive opportunity, but stepping up big with that save right there. And here's Doodle again, but just off the crossbar. No, it's not. It's crossbar down. And maybe they don't need a tactical timeout. They're hitting their shots. They got the accuracy now.
Yeah, they can come back and they can do this, and that was set up by Valence, just an absolute laser on the net, forcing Drago to that save. It pushed the Panthers out of defense, and then the follow coming through there from Doodle, able to get a crossbar down, and this is the Pineapples roster we're used to seeing with their offense. They're up 2-0 now, and it's looking like they've got the pressure rolling as the setup comes through, almost a pre-flip to hit the back of the net, but Pineapples, I think they're starting to feel it a little bit now, and if they can keep snowballing this down, Panthers got to be worried.
Yeah, and I really feel like this is the first time the Panthers have looked uncomfortable in this series, as
Oh my.
definitely all the Pineapples uncomfortable right there, but able to scrape by and get that one out of dangerous territory for now. But I mean, the Panthers, first time they've been uncomfortable, but still, this is the best. Like you said, this is the best I've seen the Panthers play. That last series against the Kings, it was not clean. It was not pretty. Able to get through in game 7. It's a third one rolling on. I thought he had the save, but Sand, that one's going to get through.
Yeah, the Panthers have to be careful here because the Pineapples, again, it's Valence. He snipes from anywhere. I've said it a couple of times now. Another shot there from the left side, and he's just a tick too slow. And now the Pineapples having 3-0. You do not want to give them the momentum and let them get rolling, because that is a dangerous offense, and one that you do not want to let them just fire shots on your net. As a mistake comes out from Sand, and Valence a hat trick, making them pay. The Pineapples turning it on.
Yeah, and the Panthers, I doubt they're going to be able to come back from this here in game 3, as a big mistake from Sand on the backboard. they're just gonna have to come back here into game 4 and reset, as all of a sudden the Pineapples have started to hit their stride. But I'm actually gonna go back to something Magic said in the previous series against the Mafiosos with the Pineapples, is that I'd rather have low shot totals but people hitting their shots, as this one almost gonna go through. Squirrel able to send it away, but Magic was saying here for the Pineapples, they just got to work on their accuracy, and who cares about the high shot totals, even though that has been the bread and butter of this Pineapples team.
Yeah, right now the Pineapples, they're 4 for 6 here, shooting 66% from the field, and you're exactly right. When you get your shot totals, you can have your shot totals up, but if you're not putting dangerous shots on the net here, it's very tough to make something happen. And the Pineapples, they've kind of cracked the code a little bit here in this game three, knowing they have to win this game to avoid having to pull a reverse sweep.
Yeah, they don't want to have to do that again, as the three main problems I was talking about was the rotation, the overcommitting, and the accuracy, and so far they have checked all those boxes here in game 3, and they are looking like the Pineapples that we saw reverse sweep, and Squirrel surely going to put in a fifth one, realizing he has time, and they're going to secure a fifth one.
And the Pineapples just continue to roll here as the Panthers nowhere to be found here on defense. Maybe trying to overcommit, maybe trying to get some offense going in some way. But at this point, with a minute 22, it seems like it maybe wraps on this game with the way the Pineapples have bounced back. But this is what we needed to see from the Pineapples. We did not want to see them have to attempt a reverse sweep, and they certainly have showed up big.
Yeah, we need that content. We don't want another sweep.
Mhm.
We would like a reverse sweep, but reverse sweep is out of the question at this point. As
Oh
hold on from
my!
the corner, the high flying acrobatics from Valence. We've seen that in season 2, but it's season 5 time now.
He does it again. They're off the backboard. He snipes the angle, and oh my goodness, what more can you say from Valence? Off the backboard, throwing it at the back of the net, putting insult to injury, and those are the type of goals in a blowout game like this that really get the Panthers thinking. They came out and they played really well in the first two games, and then this game the Pineapples just give it one right to the jaw, and they are just going so hard here, putting all the shots on net. Is another one just off the post there. Oh, I certainly thought that was going to go in, but this is a hit right to the jaw of the Panthers.
Yeah, certainly they're going to have to. I mean, I was talking about it when it was 4-0, they're going to have to reset, but now it is 6-0, and Valence looking for another solo play to get his team's morale up, but going to get dunked out and pushed off to the side as the final 30 seconds here, just a formality for the Panthers, just looking to reset, headed in to game number 4. And I mean, as this one's going to slip through, Drago going to get a goal for his team, but it's going to throw it to you here, Rocker Man. I mean, did the Panthers underperform in this game, or is this the Pineapples that we've come to know and love?
I think this is Pineapple stepping up big. And, the Panthers, they didn't do anything spectacular, but I also don't think they did anything terrible in this game. It looks like just a Pineapple's masterclass. The offense we're used to seeing, and they just brought it here. They know that they need this game to survive in this series. And, when you got a team like that coming up clutch, it's a good sign for their life in the rest of the series.
Yeah, and obviously a little bit, not a little bit, rather much of a blowout here in game number 3 for the Pineapples. But either way, this was a Pineapples team here in game 3 where all three players were on the ball, incorporating themselves on the field, equal distribution almost, and big stat line from Squirrel, a goal to his name and 4 assists. And from somebody who subbed himself out essentially in the last series, this is what we want to see from Squirrel. We want to see him be that support, that base to Valence, to let Valence do his thing. And we saw Valence doing his thing in this game.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. 4 goals for him and the Pineapples. We talked about their passing plays, the potential for them. They got 6 assists on their 6 goals. So
Yeah.
really, on this one, they come out, they find each other, and find those passing plays. And we've talked about dangerous offense when they get going. And the Panthers, I think they really need this game because things are going to start to snowball if Pineapples pull off another performance like they did in the last game. Which, in my opinion, it looks like they definitely can from that. So the Panthers got to be careful and got to come out firing with their own offense like they did in the previous games.
As one of the players has DC'd here on the Pineapples, so we will get this game number 4
4.
Game number 4. Forgot the series there for a second. Back underway here shortly for you guys. But I mean, yeah, at the same time, Pineapples, they had that blowout game, but it's going to be up to consistency at this point as to whether or not they can do that again. I'm not really looking for a 6-goal performance, but definitely I want to see them hit the accuracy there, as that has been the main issue for them. But on the other side, Panthers proving that they can be broken down, but I think, like you said, this is a big swing game for both these two teams.
Yeah, it really is. The Panthers, if they can put a halt to the Pineapples' momentum right here, I think this is their series to win. And if the Pineapples take this game, it's really leaning their way. I think, despite it being a game that can, just tie up the series and keep it at 2-2, I think if the Pineapples win this game, they have a good shot, pending maybe a Panthers tactical timeout of some sort. But if the Panthers win this game, I think they are going to be able to take this series. And if the Pineapples take it, it's pretty much anyone's ball game. So really, really crucial game for to see which team is going to come out with the offense, because that's really what it seemed like in these two games, that the offense that's come out firing has pulled off the victories.
Yeah, and the Panthers' offense definitely was a miss there. I think they only came up with 4 or 5 shots, but definitely they didn't have that many high shot totals in the other games as well. So they were able to find success there, but Pineapples hitting their stride. And like you said, if the Pineapples win this game, I would almost say that is an instant 100% opportunity for the Panthers to call a tactical timeout to try and either ice the Pineapples, get them kind of rustle their bed sheets a little bit, get them out of their groove that it appears that they are starting to get into, and on the opposite side, maybe try and get the Panthers back into their groove. But honestly, it's going to have to come down to what we see. It's all theory at this point, but we are going to get this game number 4 back underway for y'all here in a second. And I mean, what do you think? You think, I know you just said it could go either way, but I think Panthers come back here, Rocker Man.
I am liking the Panthers in this series. I'm still liking them, but I honestly think that the Pineapples are going to come out with the same gusto that they had in that last game, in that game number 3. And I think that they're going to take this game. And like I said, I think that's the point where Panthers call a tactical timeout, and then it's anybody's series. A Squirrel, he's coming right back, he's firing, and the Pineapples picking up where they left off.
I got really worried for the Pineapples here. They sent 3 players in the air, and none of the 3 found contact off the backboard, as there was a series of double whiffs. But either way, Squirrel able to get that quick read off the corner. And I mean, like you said, the Pineapples score in the first 15 seconds here, and this could be the start of the Pineapples train getting rolling off the tracks here.
Yeah, they can get going, and they can get going in a hurry. The Panthers, they have to find their offense, because they kind of took it to the Pineapples. It seemed like they were dominant in the offense, but last game and so far, first 30 seconds, not too big of an indicator. But the first part of this game, just no offense, as a huge miss comes out. Panthers really got to get something going. Is Sand off the backboard to Drago, trying to get going there, but still can't find the back of the net.
Yeah, that would have been an absolutely insane read from Sand. A cross-body shot off the backboard as he's following his own touch here, putting the Pineapples in an awkward spot. Drago was lurking on the side, pinching it back in. Squirrel trying to get this one over to Valence, but Drago shutting down these clears time and time again as Larry charges in. And I was actually going to bring this to Larry for a second. It feels like he hasn't really been much of a factor on the field. It seems like Sand and Drago are trying to carry this team. As hold on,
Oh
Valence
my.
doing more mechanical things from the corner. And the precision from the Pineapples has been their success, and this is what I've been calling on.
Yeah, the accuracy, and again, it's Valence. He's hitting these angles from these corners, and sometimes they're not the toughest reads, but sometimes they're just absolutely wild angles, and he'll just score them. Just no doubt, no fear in his heart. He will hit those angles, and the Panthers, they got to be ready at all times for his shots, as now they trail yet again. And they just gotta get back on offense, because they only have one shot to their name right now, and trying to get one here, but still just a little bit off.
Yeah, just a little bit too awkward positioning. But here's Drago. All of a sudden, Drago, a little bit of a non-factor in the earlier games, but he is just playing lights out midfield game right now. He is keeping this ball locked in the Pineapples half anytime he is on the ball. And here he is again, looking to get his way through the middle. Nobody on the backboard for the Pineapples. Larry there for the shot, and Drago continuing to be a nuisance in the side of the Pineapples.
Yeah, I called out Drago a little bit in the beginning where it didn't seem like he was contributing too much, but a great pass in the middle. Larry, he's free jumping in the midfield, waiting for it to come down. A nice shot. And yeah, Drago's stepping up. I'm not sure if it's necessarily helping or hurting them with how the last game went, but that one definitely helped them there. A great pass from him.
Yeah, just absolutely winning every single 50. And here's Larry in the 1v1. Good 50 to the side. Here's Drago with the fake,
Oh,
getting Doodle out of the way, getting his way past Valence. Here's Sand putting it on, but a little too high. Still awkward as Larry charging in. Getting another decent 50 to keep this one in the Pineapples half for now, but a big clear. Valence up for the reader. Can he snipe one more angle? Yes, he
oh.
can. And a peeking Valence is a dangerous Valence.
Oh my goodness, he is just popping off right now, putting the team on his back with this redirect, a beautiful one right over Sand, who wasn't ready. Maybe he should have been because the way Valence has been playing, he's knocking them all down, lights out.
Yeah, and Panthers are just suddenly giving space here over to the Pineapples. Just hold on, a big bang from the midfield. Doodle a little bit awkward, but still able to punch that one away. And just all of a sudden, Valence has broken out these past two games, and not only broken out, but hitting it with good shooting accuracy, 2 for 2 in this game. And surely, not quite sure how many shots he had in the last game, but it was good precision and accuracy as well. But all the Panthers, they got to do something to shut down Valence. They got to steal more boost from the Panthers. They got to, or more boost from the Pineapples, excuse me, or maybe just get a few demos off. I've scarcely seen demos here in this series so far.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point there. No demos really have come out from anyone. I don't know. I don't even know if I remember seeing one demo, Michaels. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if there's even been any in this series. These two teams, they're playing it clean, but sometimes you got to get down in the trenches and get a little of those bump plays to find your team some open space.
Oh my God! Speaking of dirty, as all three players on the Panthers sending everyone, they don't care how clean it is. They want this ball out of their half. As Squirrel trying to get the power shot off the sidewall, but unable to find the speed. As Valence or Squirrel actually getting that first demo seemingly, and
Oh
it's
my.
the hood of Valence, and Doodle will clean this up.
Oh my goodness. Valence just a mammoth 50, drops it right down into him,
God.
and him and Doodle just collide there. There is the offense just clicking on all cylinders right now as they are now up 4-1. And it's a complete turnaround here. I don't know what's happening on the
Oh
kickoff
my.
there, but some panic. But this is what I was talking about, Bagels. It's the Panthers not living up to the Pineapples' exceptional offense, and at this point, unless the Panthers change something big, they got to call a tactical timeout and they got to regain as Pineapple's just putting it
Oh
all
my
on,
God.
but Doodle can't connect on that one. As it's still they're just throwing some offense on and the Panthers can't quite hang.
Yeah, and I feel like Doodle got a little bit lucky on that last goal. I think if that one didn't bounce off of Valence, he wouldn't have found the read. But I mean, that's one part that I actually feel like is missing from this Pineapples team. It seems like so many times Doodle has come flying in for a third man challenge, and he's pounded the crossbar 3 or 4 times. But still, I mean, obviously the accuracy as a whole for the Pineapples, they have 4 goals out of 8 shots. That's 50% shooting. So something maybe Squirrel kind of had a callback. I even mentioned it to Valence as well, is that y'all got to work on your shooting. And somehow, after game 2, they have certainly done so. And the Panthers, they got to be on edge now as the final seconds rolling in here. And Pineapples will certainly take this game, and we will be at a 2-2 series score line. But I mean, if you think when we see in the tactical timeout here in a few seconds,
I would almost guarantee a tactical timeout here after this game because the Panthers have been just dominated in these last two games. The Pineapples just all over them. Just everything is working for them in these last two games, and back-to-back victories set them up in a great position here now. And the Panthers, they gotta call the tactical timeout. I'm begging for them to call a tactical timeout because it is not looking as good as they played in the first couple of games. The Pineapples have all the momentum, and you can't let them keep rolling. If they let them roll one more game, it's not good for the Panthers. They gotta call one.
yeah, and this is kind of what happened with my team and the Reapers. We were shutting down Pinnacle. We were up 2-0 in the series, and
Yep.
all of a sudden we lost our way. And the Panthers are losing their way right now. They're letting Pineapples and primarily Valence just absolutely mop the field with them. And when we see Valence hitting shots like that, we saw it in the blowout game, the redirect off the backboard, the redirect in the midfield. And not even just finding the accuracy, he's finding the speed. I'm seeing in the replay of the thing right now on the scoreboard. Just giving me a little bit of a refresher. But I mean, not only are the Pineapples finding their mark on the accuracy finally, they're hitting it with speed. And the Panthers opting not to use
Uh,
that timeout, making both of us a little bit worried. But at the same time, maybe they don't need it. Maybe they can take a little bit of a 2 game reprieve here to try and come back. I'm not even sure what they need to do. I said shutting down Valence, but I feel like it's just so much more than that.
they are getting suffocated on every occasion. I'm astounded they didn't call a tactical timeout just to even talk about it. I know 60 seconds is a lot of time, but that extra 60 seconds can cool down the Pineapples and give you an opportunity to just talk it out just a little bit longer. Just say, hey, we got to do this. We gotta, we gotta get some more offense. We got to get some better clears. I need you, Drago, to step up. Whatever it may be, those tactical timeouts can be crucial. And I'm very surprised here that the Panthers didn't opt to use it. But hey, confidence in your team to come out and play like you did before there is almost a great passing play there.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely a questionable decision not to do so, but trying to opt back into their bread and butter, which has been the infield pass all playoffs, looking for the 3-piece passing play, but a little bit too difficult of an angle to wrangle in there. Here's Drago off the backboard, sending it off to the side as Larry cleaning it up. Squirrel, a little bit of a missed touch, and this is going to allow Sand to come in. Again, another hard 50 that's going to give Panthers ball control. Drago, so excellent in the midfield and the corners as he has been the past 2 games. Here's Larry, high off the backboard. Tough read for Doodle. Sand coming in, but again, it's the second time he's tried to have a crossbody shot. Hasn't been able to find the accuracy. Drago up early for this one. Favorable bounce. Doodle gets bumped. All Sand has to do is put it on net, and he does. Big counterattack from the Panthers.
Yeah, they are looking a lot better. There's a couple of questionable ones there as Larry found that bump, and then Drago hunted also for another one. And Sand finally getting that accuracy down that they needed. That was a big goal for the Panthers there, because if they let the Pineapples get this first goal, it would have kept rolling. But good on them to come right back and find the first goal and try to get this momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, and again, a lot of good challenges from Drago and a good finisher from Sand. But again, I'm looking at Larry. I need more of Larry on the field, who was such a big factor in the first few games, those first 2 victories for the Panthers. And he's been a little bit of miss as he can't find contact on the sidewall, but still dangerous as Doodle, as the third man, finds contact to parry that one away. And Larry again with not the greatest touch, but still able to keep this one in Panthers control as it headed straight over to Drago. Sand, kind of an open net, but not nearly enough boost to put that on with power or accuracy. And Larry charging in, trying to do too much, and this is going to leave his team in an awkward spot, but a huge play on defense from Drago. And I don't know, Rockerman, it just like I need more of Larry on the field right now if I'm going to find Panthers success.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, he played so great in those first 2 games. Him and Sand were just the dynamic duo. And these last 2 games, it's they've been nowhere to be found. It's been Drago stepping up, and credit to him, he's stepping up when his team needs him. But now in this crucial game 5, they got to find that connection and keep the offense rolling, because we know the Pineapples can score at any time, and they can score in bunches.
Yeah, and we almost saw it as Valence just 10 seconds ago was looking for another crazy angle redirect off of the clear from his own half as a bump coming out onto Larry, still able to find contact on the 50. But overall, this has been a game that we have not seen yet in this series. This is game 5, but Rockerman, the Panthers are at 3 shots and the Pineapples are at 1, and we have 2 minutes left. There's been 4 shots all game.
Yeah, that's very wild right here. Is, oh my goodness, another one
Oh
just
my.
going right through the net there somehow, some way. And Squirrels trying to set one up, but yeah, the offense is not really showing up in this game. As it's been a defensive slugfest, and this game has ticked by so quickly. And the Pineapples still looking for an opportunity here. They gotta get one, try to put themselves in championship point.
Yeah, and perhaps just a testament to how important this swing game is, this game 5, who will be put in the series lead at 3-2. And I think both teams realize this as they're trying. I don't even necessarily think both teams are playing patient, but they're playing careful and trying to make
Oh,
sure all their challenges are calculated as Larry stepping up to make sure Squirrel doesn't get the game tying goal right there. Doodle charging in, can't find the accuracy, still dangerous for Valence. And once again, Larry coming in at the last second to keep his team alive, but still dangerous as Valence putting this through as Squirrel back to the middle to Doodle. Doodle trying to follow his own touch off the corner. He has the read. He's going to put the
Oh.
shot on. Huge play from Doodle and the rest of the Pineapples.
Oh my goodness, what a play. Squirrel to Doodle, and Doodle with this corner read right past Drago and right over Larry there. He was so close to saving that one away, but the second shot and their first goal, they bring it back here now. Tied ball game, 47 seconds. It's looking like it's one of these games where the next goal will just win it with how defensive it's been.
Definitely a huge game and a huge next goal to whoever gets this. As Larry looking to dish this one over to the middle, Sand trying to get it going as Valence finds his way past the final
Oh.
defender. It's going to be open for Doodle, looking for the flick, but Drago, big save in these final 30 seconds. Will someone have a late game heroics, or will we be headed to overtime? Is Sand going to be last back in the 2v1? Good touch over to the corner, but Squirrel high off the ceiling. Nobody jumping here for the Panthers. Doodle going to have free reign as Larry coming up with another big save. He hasn't necessarily found production on offense, but keeping his team alive on the defensive side. Doodle finding this read in the corner, but Sand back over. Valence up early. Can he find contact? Yes, he will, but still, this ball not touching the ground. Larry up. Can he find the shot? The shot was on, but touching the ground, and a huge overtime in this big swing game right here.
Yeah, this is the most crucial game of the season here for both of these two teams. The winner put themselves on championship point after this one, and it's so big. I think it's so much bigger for the Panthers here because they need a response here. They can't let the Pineapples take a third in a row, otherwise there might be heartbreak. But if Pineapples can do that, they have got a really good shot. Is this ball Sand gonna come through clutch for his team? He's been big all season. He's big in Game 5.
And again, Drago with this corner play, making it so awkward as Squirrel a little bit tardy to the defensive stand. Maybe was looking for boost, but again, Drago has proven to be so useful as the third man and just making these plays happen out of these corners in the midfield. He's doing the dirty work for his team, coming up with two big assists right there and Sand scoring them. Larry, he didn't have much to say on offense, but absolutely, he only has 2 saves to his name, but I really feel like it was so much more than that on defense to keep the Pineapples at bay here.
Yeah, the Pineapples only 4 shots in this game. I mean, the Panthers they saved the other 3 besides the one that went in the back of the net. So I mean, really a great performance. It was so close all game long. You didn't really know who was going to come out with the victory there. But I mean, the Panthers they proved me wrong. They didn't need the tactical timeout. And now as we head to Forbidden Temple, I'm feeling like we got a crazy one in store, Bengals. I just don't know why. It's Forbidden Temple, but I mean I think the Panthers have, or I mean Pineapples, excuse me, have something to say into this Game 6, and hopefully they do to maybe give us that Game 7 content once more.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, I have something to say. I want to see the first Game 7 here of the Season 5 Grand Finals here. We've had 2 Game 6s, but either performance has punched a ticket to Game 7 as Pineapples looking to capitalize off the open net, but Panthers defender racing back in time, but nobody getting this one as, strangely enough, the rotation opening up here. I'm surprised nobody was back.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the Panthers are doing here. Larry just flailing there, and Drago caught out of net, and they just kind of let that one go. A huge early mistake when the Panthers, one game away from the championship. You got to clutch up here. You can't give Pineapples free opportunities.
Yeah, and just a little bit of mispositioning there from Larry after such a stellar defensive stand, although maybe he can clutch up on the offense now. I think he may have had the read. Drago coming in, actually putting it on Larry. All he has to do is find the touch,
Oh
but
my
still
goodness.
Valence at the last possible second on the goal line, sending it away, but still dangerous. But Squirrel with a big read off the backboard. This one might just be straight up in, and
Oh
it will
my.
be off the corner. Sand maybe doubting if that one was in, but I'm not sure if he had any boost either way.
What is that read from Squirrel? Just a cross map snipe off the backboard. And I mean, that is a huge goal and an insane read because that ball is bouncing off the backboard into Squirrel. Perfect clear right in the back of the net. A huge, huge goal for the Pineapples as they are trying to force a Game 7.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the Panthers looking a little bit like the Pineapples in their last series. They're starting to overcommit now. I think they wanted to shut this game down early. They don't want to go to Game 7, but at the same time, you got to play a little bit cautious. And I'm kind of surprised as that Game 5, both teams were playing cautious, but all of a sudden the overcommitting coming out as now the Pineapples are starting to get heated. They're getting rolling, putting this Panthers team in some awkward spots. And I was gonna say, Rocker Man, I missed out on the rival grand finals casting last season as I had to warm up for my series, but every single rival grand finals I've casted, we've had game 7, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, you better knock on your desk right now. 'Cause I don't want to see a caster's curse on that regard there. But the way the pineapples are playing right now, we might just be heading there as the Panthers just again, it's looking like they're back to their old ways. They're getting suffocated in their own end, and they just don't feel as connected as they did. The pineapples, they're controlling the ball, they're controlling the possession, and the Panthers, it just seems like they kind of get it clear and kind of give it away.
Yeah, but looking to get something going. But again, every time this ball is sent on the Pineapples backboard, here again, there is always a Pineapples player there. It could be any 3 of them. They're finding these defensive touches. And even at the midfield, shutting down these opportunities early. But here's Drago trying to be so effective in the corner as he has been all series. But Valen's able to send it out. Back to the middle. This is going to be a free shot for Larry, but looking for the ground pinch, but sent that one straight at Valence. As Sand getting beat out. Here's Larry again. Put the power shot on, but again, I need more shooting accuracy out of Larry. He's pounding these ones into the dirt.
Yeah, that one, it was a huge bump from Sand, I think, on the backboard, and Larry just had to find a little bit better placement. It was a tough ball as Trago, a little bit awkward there, making things tough for the Panthers. But yeah, they need the accuracy back up here if they're going to want a chance. Still 2 minutes remaining, though, so they're not out of this by any means. Pineapples got to play smart for this last little bit as they're shooting one towards the net, but it's just wide.
And again, Panthers not that far behind in shots as they have been all series. They've been going toe-to-toe despite the score lines. Even if a dominating scoreline comes out for the Pineapples, the Panthers are there with them in the shots. As an infield pass coming back to the middle, Drago not able to put that one onto net. 2 players up for the Pineapples, Squirrel and Valence. Not really producing too much with that, but Squirrel cutting this one off, keeping the pressure on. Off the sideball, looking for a pass to the middle, and Valence there. And I was just about to say, every time the Pineapples have infield passed, they've scored. They haven't done it that often. They have been scoring off that, but sent away. And now in the final minute here, essentially, the Panthers, they got to get going. But, just like you were worried about, Rockerman, the Pineapples, once they get going, it's so hard to slow them down.
Yeah, and that's why I was really surprised the Panthers came back and took that last game because the way the Pineapples were going, they needed something to stop him. As Sand backflipping there in the midfield, but Valence can't get it, and Doodle does a third goal on the Pineapples. They are fighting for their lives here, looking to force the game 7.
Yeah, I think Valence actually may have faked that one out so Doodle could get the extra insurance goal for his team. But either way, this is going to be a comfortable 3-0 lead as seemingly Sans 2 shots from Larry, I feel like. This has been a smooth ride here for Pineapples in Game 6 in such a tight game here where they were on match point, but they have
Yeah.
played this comfortably and coolly.
Yeah, they've played so smart in this game, and they've done everything they needed to do when you're trying to force a game 7. Get the offensive pressure, get a lead early, and just keep pounding it because, 3 goals, that is a great cushion here. And now, the final 40 seconds, the Panthers, they're running into each other on the backfield. They are not looking great here. But Pineapple's such a good performance, and now it's looking like it's all going to come down to one final game.
Indeed, as the final 30 seconds coming in here, unless Drago can get some momentum here, but Larry off the backboard, finally nobody there on the backboard for the Pineapples, but still too little, too late,
Oh,
maybe not, as Valence saves it, but a little bit too clustered on that side post, and he's going to own goal.
yeah, that's a great shot here from Sand, right in the perfect position, and Valence just barely
That's just
finesses that one in.
unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a tough one, but 14 seconds, it may not be possible, but some momentum at least, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're going to need a good kickoff here, but this one is going to go in favor of the Pineapples. And as the seconds roll down, this will be a Game 7 appearance
Ooh.
again for the Bagels and Rockerman duo here to get this one going. And, not only Game 7, but every time it's been Game 7 OT. So we'll have to see if we can check that one off the list as well. But, finally, the Pineapples, they not only did they have the accuracy, but they had the totals as well, sitting at 11 shots there. In the Panthers, they weren't close this time. They were trailing 6 behind at 5. But I don't know. I feel like I've said it 2, 3 times already. I need Larry to step up here, and he's going to need to step up big if they are going to secure this Game 7 victory. And it's just the shooting. I need him to hit the shots, not only put them on target, but with power and placement for this team.
Yeah, they got to step up big here. I mean, this is their season. It's all come down to this. You played a great season, you've had a great series, but you need one more game to clutch up here. And it all comes down to this. They got to step up, the Panthers do, because the Pineapples, we talked about them after those first two games. It's been a completely different team. And now it comes down to one performance. Who's going to step up big in Game 7 and give themselves a shot for this championship?
Who will be the Game 7 hero indeed? As off the opening kickoff, the Pineapples starting off with pressure. Valence looking for another ceiling shot as this one high and lofty above the backboard. Larry almost own goaling, but actually a good touch to keep that out of the clutches of the Pineapples offenders. As Valence cutting this one off in the midfield. Over to Drago, looking to get it over to the middle, but Squirrel again cutting this ball off in the midfield. Doodle up early. All three Pineapples players in the same spot, and they actually bump each other. But Sand is going to give this one straight back over to Squirrel, as he is air dribbling this one, just looking to get his team some time to recuperate, as Doodle looking for the backboard read, but again, Larry on defense, stepping up. Sand back, leaving it for Drago, big clear, but Doodle again cutting it off in the midfield. And this first 60 seconds here, Rockerman, every time the Panthers try, there's a Pineapples player in the midfield cutting these balls off.
Yeah, the Pineapples are just showing their offense yet again, and this is dangerous for the Panthers. They've got to get out, and they just can't let the Pineapples suffocate them like they are. Is this one sent back in? A huge save from Sand, but they're stuck in their half. They haven't got out yet, and the Pineapples, they can put on a clinic like we've seen all season.
And the one time they did have a breakout opportunity, Drago, he gives the ball away early, as a little bit awkward here again, but Sand doinking this one over to the corner. Squirrel looking for the back pass, and this has just been complete control from the Pineapples so far. This first minute and a half is now looking to break out now. Drago in the corner. This one might actually be on, but Larry, he can't find the shot. Nobody on the Pineapples was ready. Nobody was jumping. And
Oh, the
again, infield
pass!
pass to the middle. There's Drago from the corner from Sand. And the connection between these two players has been rekindled these past few games.
Yeah, that's a huge play. We needed Sand to step up. He's been the man all season long. A huge setup there in the midfield, right to Drago on his nose. A perfect shot to give him the early lead. And it's always crucial to start out with that first goal, especially after they're getting suffocated. I'm surprised that they got out to even get that opportunity with the way the Pineapples played in that first 2 minutes.
Yeah, indeed, as now Pineapples under duress again, but another solid backboard read from Valence. Sand in the corner. Drago off the corner again, but Squirrel setting out, and Larry has a feels backflip moment, and again, missing contact. Is now Drago with a good 50 out of the corner, but this is going to give possession straight over to Valence. Doodle harassing the final defender off the backboard, but Squirrel is all the way back in his net. Strange positioning coming out from the Pineapples, but here he is now, not able to put it on, not with pace either. Here's Valence, clearing this one straight down to Larry. Panthers a lot of time to work with, but Larry, he has no boost to keep this one out of the clutches of the Pineapples midfielders. This one going to be dished straight over the middle. Valence with the shot, and Sand, I don't think he had any boost, but even if he did, that one was struck in well.
Yeah, I was very concerned for the Pineapples, but they recover there. It may have been a double commit, but that's their offense sometimes. And Valence, he is the man to step up. It's been Sand versus Valence. A huge goal. Right when I thought that the Pineapples were going to panic and lose all their footing, they strike right back.
And just over halftime, we are at 1-1. Here's Larry. Can he finally hit a shot? But no, it's just off the backboard. And again, accuracy plaguing Larry. Another chance to make up for his efforts, but tough read there. Can't blame him on that one. But a big save came out. Two big saves from the Pineapples to keep those ones away. And again, off the backboard, still dangerous. Larry charging it, and finally he hits a shot. He throws his body on that play.
He wants to shut you up, Bengals. He's heard you talking. He's just
Oh my
timing in on
God.
this one. He comes in. Why not just throw your body at it? Give your team the lead here with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that was definitely such an unconventional play, but he is trying so hard. A lot of opportunities as he gets a good bump off the kickoff. Straight over to him, pass over the middle. There's Sand for the shot. He's going to put a power one on, but straight at Valence. Drago looking for the double, missing contact. Even if he found that one on, might have been a little bit too slow, but still Sand in the midfield looking to get it out, but Squirrel over to Doodle. Couldn't find contact off the outfield pass. Valence cutting Squirrel off. to try and keep ball possession here, but Doodle getting beat out. Squirrel there for the touch. Over to Valence. Another good shot opportunity. High off the backboard. And he's going to jump up. I'm wondering if he maybe cut Doodle off from that play. But either way, Pineapples are still going to have to go back to the drawing board here in this final minute and a half.
Yeah, that one, I think that was a shot for Doodle, and Valence just panicking a little bit. And this is what can happen to the Pineapple sometimes. They can panic a little bit too much here. Is that one going to go a little bit wide? But this is the time. You got to play smart. Only a minute remaining. And a shot. Oh my goodness, Drago from Larry. A huge goal to give him a 2-goal cushion.
And all of a sudden, Larry has stepped up in these final 2 minutes. Got that big goal there to get the lead, and the big pass over to Draga, who just rifled that one top shelf. But Pineapples, they're sitting here. They're only at 4 shots, and Panthers, they are leading right now. They got 9, and not only leading in the shots, but in the game, they have a minute here to find 2 goals.
Yeah, and this is so surprising after the first 2 minutes, but the Pineapples just haven't been the same after they got scored on right away. But here's Squirrel trying to give his team something, but it's not going to go. They've got to get some more opportunities on net, and they got to go now.
Yeah, and the Panthers are starting to panic. Could be an opportunity. They're double committing, even triple committing, getting demoed off the ball, but still they are able to transition out of defense somehow. Unlike the first 2 minutes of this game, passing over Pineapples, they're trying everything. The small ball passing plays, they're hunting for the demos, but they can't get anything going. Valence, I don't even know how he made that touch, but still, nothing is working as the final 20 seconds. Doodle getting 50'd out. Drago up for this one, but Valence putting the shot on. It's going to be an open net. Doodle, he just needs to find it. He won't, and somehow able to find the counterattack, but they got 16 more seconds.
I don't know what the Panthers are doing here. They just have to camp back, and the Pineapples will take that all day. And now, 16 seconds, it's anybody's ball game. They could easily score one in this time.
Yeah, and the Pineapples, they need a really good kickoff here to get the momentum in their way, and they will. Ball to the middle. Squirrel, can he find the shot? It's off the crossbar. The follow-up. Doodle, again, off the backboard. Valence trying to keep this one in. Final seconds, one more, and it's going to dish back all the way onto the Pineapple side. They're going to have to do it with 0 seconds on the clock, and this one will touch the ground, and the Pineapples are your rival league grand champions.
Oh my goodness, what a series there, Bagels. And so close. That one is gonna haunt Squirrel's dreams forever because that one, a shot, it's not an easy shot. You have to come up with speed on that shot, and he just couldn't quite hit it. And the Panthers, they hold on and survive. But what a series all the way to the distance, and the Panthers hold on and survive in that one. Just another crazy, memorable rivalry grand finals.
Yeah, and that was the perfect making for the Game 7 OT. That ball, that was a good kickoff, and they needed that good kickoff, but unfortunately, Squirrel unable to find the accuracy just off the crossbar there. And the Panthers, they're going to be counting their lucky stars. They didn't have to go to Game 7 OT to be the decider of the champion. But I mean, either way, I mean, hey, you know what? The crystal ball worked out in your favor this time, Rocker, and the Game 7 prediction in Panthers' favor here.
Hey, you know what? I got one right, Bagels. I picked the upsets all night. I had to get one of them right here. I mean, the Panthers, it was a much better performance for them, and they deserve this. They deserve this championship because they battled so hard through adversity here. It seemed like at times in this series, the Pineapples were just going to run away with it, but they clawed. They won when they needed to. A huge performance from them, and congratulations to the Panthers on taking it home.
Yeah, especially after that little bit of a rocky match in the semifinals against the number 7 seeded Kings, but they come back and they take it to the Pineapples here. It had to go all the way to Game 7, and we asked for it the first Game 7, and we delivered upon that here in the Season 5 Grand Finals. But that is going to conclude it here for the Rival League. Panthers are your champions, just narrowly edging out the Pineapples right there. But we're going to be going to a break here, and you guys don't want to miss it. On the way back, we have the Titans of the Titan League. We have the number 1 seeded Pinnacle, 2-time MVP, 2-time champion Luca going off against Blizzard, who's going to look to take their first title for the Sub-Zero org, and we will be back in a few short minutes for y'all.
catching diamonds in the rain, letting precious water through the drain. Stars were dancing in their light, paths that we could never ride. Oh, they were dancing way up high. We built these walls so we could find who could prove themselves to the waves of time. We're trying to repent before you sin. It's like giving up before you begin. Stars were dancing